We have a huge mouse problem. Matter of fact, we have a tremendous mouse problem. And of course, if you guys have been around for a while, you know that this has been ongoing all of 2024. But we're about ready to take a step in the right direction on defeating these mice. So let's go over here to the shed and talk about it. Now, one thing that I'm like totally against is the poison. I don't like using the poison against the mice. It runs too much of a risk for my chickens, my dogs, and frankly, any other animals that come through. And so I'm not looking forward to having, my dogs getting poisoned by eating one of the dead mice or voles or whatever might come in contact with it. So it's just never been an option. We've been using traps and live traps for quite a while, and it just hasn't been cutting the mustard, So I think what we're going to do is we're going to switch it up a little bit. I got this little product right here I want to show you. All right, guys, here it is. It's called Mouse X, and it's supposed to be safe for livestock and pets and other animals if used as directed. You can use it indoors and outdoors. It says right there on the front. So this is my first time trying it. Of course, right now I'm not getting sponsored for showing this, but I just want to try it out. We're going to test it out. We're going to start down here by the chickens where the grain shed is and in the chicken coop. And I have a little idea for that. And then also up in the shop, we're going to try it there as well because there is a lot of mice up there, guys. We are just overrun this year for some reason. 2024 has been nasty for mice. So let's get this bag open. I'll go show you where we're going to put it, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, it's just a little tear top. Try to do this one-handed. Okay, time out. Okay, you tear that top piece off anyhow. It does come with a little Ziploc in there, so that's kind of cool. So you don't have to use it all at once. It's just like some kind of a cornmeal mash with some other ingredients, some sodium chloride. And the good thing about this stuff, guys, that sodium chloride, I guess, it kind of dehydrates them from the inside out, unfortunately, but they do fall asleep. From what I've been told, it's a relatively peaceful way to die. They just fall asleep and don't wake up. And then the sodium chloride, because it's inside the body, it actually kind of dehydrates them from the inside out and mummifies them. So if they go get stuck in your walls, or, if you have things of that nature, or they get stuck underneath a box in the shop or whatever, supposedly it's going to be relatively low stink. You might not even know it happened and until you find it later on. So that's actually a cool thing. You could use it in like a campers, put it underneath in the little space underneath by the tanks and stuff in a camper, which we might try out on our camper. And then if the mice die in there, they're not going to stink up the joint. But anyways, we're going to go put this in a couple locations, and I'll show you kind of where they're at, what's going on, and how I'm going to keep kind of isolated to just the mice. What in the world, Tater? Did she not feed you? Let's take a little side trip here, guys, real quick. We're going to feed Tater. Let's walk in here, guys. I'll give you a little quick look-see. Where I'm going to put the bait is actually the mice's favorite spot. You can see around the base of this feeding trough right here for the chickens, all them holes. They like to go under there because we do have a couple holes in top here where the wheat and the sunflowers and barley and stuff gets underneath there, and they go in there and feast every night. You come out here when it's dark and the ground just starts moving with the mice scampering everywhere. And so I'm going to actually put it under there, and that way I know the chickens won't eat it. Even though it's supposed to be safe, we're still going to keep it, kind of in a safe location here. So we're going to put it under there. And then, of course, I guess the only way I'm really going to tell is tomorrow night I'll come out and see if there's less mice, and the day after that, and we'll kind of see if the numbers go down. But other than that, that's going to be my location down here by the chicken coop. A whole mama duck's got a limp going on there. She's always kind of had one, but it seems a little bit worse today. But anyways, back to this. This is going to be a good location and a safe little area. If you look over here, guys, you can see just all of their little tunnels everywhere. Over here next to the grain shed, they got some tunnels. They go underneath right there. They go up in the grain shed. And then in the back, kind of the same deal. They might just go under there. But anyways, there is a bunch of them. My goodness, guys, look at this. It's been a while since I took the top off of this little number. And there is a little pile of wheat in there. Just drains in there like crazy. The mice come in here and just have a feast. Look at that. They got all kinds of little tunnels and whatnot. And so we're going to go ahead and pour some in here. Little Mouse X. We're going to pour it right on top of their normal area. I'm going to give about that much for the first night. Oh, I just spilled some. I'll pick it up. So I'm going to give about that much for the first night. Let them kind of mingle in with their other feed there, and we'll come back and check this in a few days, guys. So for now, I'm going to let you go and follow along, subscribe, and come check it out in a few days, and I'll give you my impression and my overall recommendation on whether this is a good product or not. It's going to take a couple days for me to find out, but as for now, there it is. I'm going to go put some in the shop, and we'll see you guys in a few days. Have a good one.